It has approximately been a week since Nagi got quote-unquote kicked out of Blue Lock, and guys, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been okay this past week. I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. Nagi just being out of Blue Lock just doesn't feel right. And on top of that, I have to make this video apologizing to the rest of my subscribers because of the fact that I was out here glazing Nagi and saying a whole bunch of wrong shit. So if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get to my suffering. I think the first thing doing here is just an immediate sorry. I was wrong because I was completely taken aback by the way Kaneshiro handled this entire situation. You know, when you look at the NEL, I was looking at, okay, you know what? When a character usually is going to get an awakening, like, it's kind of obvious. Like, you see a pattern when a character is going to get an awakening. And so I seen that pattern with Nagi, you know, his flashbacks, the inner monologues, you know, leaving Rio finally. I thought it was finally going to happen. And so I got a little hype. You know, as a human being, I was like, you know what? My favorite character is about to prove everybody wrong. And I got a little bit of hype. And I was saying a bunch of shit that, listen, even though it may have been wrong, I'm going to still stand on it, bro. Nagi's the GOAT. All right, listen, I'm going to still stand on it. You guys know I'm not going to turn back because I was wrong. I'm going to admit I was wrong, but I'm still standing on it, though. All that shit I said, Nagi's still the GOAT. Doesn't matter. For my Nagi haters right now, this is probably the best video you guys are watching from me because I'm literally going to be trashing on my boy Nagi in the coming minutes because this is just unacceptable. Nagi, let me ask you a question. In the second selection, right? That was the second stage of Blue Lock. You were at your absolute peak / prime in that state of your life. I'm pretty sure U20 happened right after that. And then you had a couple days outside of Blue Lock, come back to Blue Lock, and magically, you just haven't been evolving anymore. Like, you just beat Isagi, quote unquote. Like, how do you think you beat Isagi in your head when you only beat him one time? You never beat him in a game. I just took that in the other day. Nagi has never beat Isagi in a match. He's so satisfied with beating Isagi one time that this guy loses his whole ego, his whole motivation after that. What the hell's wrong with you, Nagi? How the hell is that possible? And why just Isagi? You know there's plenty of rivals that you could be trying to get better than. You know, Isagi, Rin, Baro. There's so many people that you want to get better than. Why just beating Isagi is like the biggest thing for you? That's the biggest milestone. And it's not even just beating Isagi. It's just beating him once. You just outclassed him one time. That's it. And then you became satisfied and ghosted for the rest of the game. Are you really satisfied with that Nagi Stage show? I'm be honest. Because I like to give people credit when they deserve credit. But I will also shit on my favorite character even if he's underwhelming. And this is what I'm going to do, guys. Real shit. Nagi has not been good for the whole NEL. In fact, this might be the worst tournament we've seen from like a Blue Lock top 5 player in the whole series. This might be one of the worst performances we've seen throughout an entire tournament from a top Blue Lock player. I can't think of another performance that I could say, oh yeah, yo, Baro performed this badly in this tournament. Oh, Isagi played this badly here. No, no, nobody's been playing as badly as Nagi. And I'm going to be honest, guys. If you want to put Nagi outside your top 7-5 right now, I'm perfectly fine with it. He doesn't even deserve to be top 7-5 right now. I think Bachara, even though I was disrespecting Bachara cooked him. Bachara absolutely cooked Nagi. And, like, I'm just wondering, like, Nagi, at what point of humiliation are you going to just say to yourself, sit back and be like, yo, you know what? Like, something's not working. Let me get out my comfort zone. Like, are you comfortable with losing? Like, I don't get it. Are you really that comfortable with losing? I don't really, like, it's so stupid to me that, yo, you're on the verge of evolution. You're right there. You've seen the gap in the goal. You've seen it. You're right there. You are about to evolve. And you passed it to Rio. You passed it to Rio, bro. So yeah, in the end, Nagi, your downfall came entirely on you. You can't blame it on anybody else. That's entirely your fault. And it's because you never left your comfort zone, because you kept going back to your comfort zone, that this is happening. Now, regardless, if Nagi comes back into Blue Lock, all this stuff I said right now will stand. Will stand. Because in this arc, he was terrible. All right, I'm not going to switch up. In this arc, even if he comes back and he's a top 1, top 2 player, guys, I'm not taking none of this back because I'm specifically talking about the NEL right now. And the NEL, Nagi was trash. Terrible. Probably the worst superstar performance from a Blue Lock player ever. But yeah, enough about Nagi. I want to talk more about when I was talking chapter to chapter and everyone was like, stop glazing Nagi, this, that, this, that. I want to just explain my thought process a little bit more. I already told you guys how I was getting a little hyped because, I thought that Nagi was about to do some crazy shit. And then when he didn't score the first goal, I was like, wait a minute, like, what the hell is going on? Okay, maybe he'll score an amazing brace. Then he didn't score the second goal, and I was like, okay, maybe he'll just score an amazing goal on Lavinho's head. And then he didn't score that either. And that's when my agenda completely fell apart, and I realized that Kaneshiro used all the predictable stuff up for everyone else, and then decided to drop an absolute bombshell on the entire Blue Lock fan base. And like a giant bombshell on everyone, including me. I was like, yo, this arc's pretty predictable. He's going to get Nagi in Evolution. There's no way we go to the U20 World Cup without Nagi. That's what I was thinking. But Kaneshiro just absolutely flipped the script on my head. And for that, I don't know if I want to thank him or despise him for that. But all I'm going to say is well done. I'm going to say well done because now looking back at it, when I really take it in, I think Nagi getting an evolution here is just kind of cheap. Really kind of cheap. He's been bad the entire tournament. Last game of the tournament and last goal of the tournament, I just don't think it feels right for him. I think he needs a little bit more time for such a giant character arc that revolves around his whole character. Remember, this character arc has been going on for his whole journey in Blue Lock. It may become really prevalent in the NEL, but Nagi's always been dealing with these issues. Always. So I feel like in order for him to solve these issues, it needs to take longer than just one arc. And honestly, thinking back at it, I'm completely fine with Nagi not being in the U20 World Cup because even if he was, I really do feel like he wouldn't have much of a role to play in that team at the current moment. Like, yeah, in U20, he was absolutely amazing, but now we have Baro, Rin, Isagi. Like, I just don't see how Kaneshiro would even be able to write that many good characters on the screen that many times. So honestly, Kaneshiro taking out Nagi isn't as bad of a thing that I thought it was before, but I still have to apologize about all the trash I was talking. All the trash I was talking about, like all these other people like Baro, Bachara. That's my bad. All right, that is my bad. But yeah, a lot of you guys might look at this like it's cope, like I'm coping. And I'll be honest, I am coping. You know what I'm saying? It kind of did hurt. I was kind of surprised, shocked, angry, like what's going on in the moment. But I'm gonna be honest, guys, if Nagi comes back, this just proves that Nagi is Isagi's final rival. Let's really look at it, all right? Let's really look at it. First selection arc. Nagi, white hair, Isagi, black hair. Nagi, tall, Isagi, short. Nagi, the #1 ranked player in the first selection. Isagi, the last ranked player in the first selection. Take that in. Take that in real quick. Take that in. Next arc, they team up. You know what I'm saying? They keep going. Nagi, the lazy genius. Isagi, the talented learner. Isagi using his adaptability skills. When Ego asked Nagi, he asked him, yo, picture the last goal of the World Cup. Isagi wasn't able to envision it while Nagi was able to envision it easily, he said. Isagi's the first person to go inside Blue Lock while Nagi's the last person to go inside Blue Lock. You guys making it click yet? Isagi scoring the last goal of U20 while Nagi scores the first goal of U20? Is it clicking? Is it clicking? And now, when Isagi has his best arc in the NEL and he's #1, Nagi misses out on the last spot and he's basically dead last. Isn't that poetry? That is poetry writing. I really do feel like that Nagi agenda I have, right? With him becoming the final boss for Isagi, if he comes back, is completely prevalent. And I hope you guys pray right now that you guys hope Nagi doesn't come back. Because I was in my final form of glazing before, but if Nagi comes back, that's like going to be a mini form compared to what I'm going to do. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's going to be a mini form. So yeah, I am apologizing for my behavior earlier. Glazing Nagi too much. I'll tone down on that since I was wrong. But if he comes back, I'm going to repeat my same mistake and absolutely body slam every Baro fan, Rin fan, Isagi fan, Bachiro fan when Nagi gets his get back on every single one of them. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys like this video. Please remember to share it to your friends, whoever likes Blue Lock, whoever likes Nagi. And yeah, man, I hope you guys all have a great day.